Hi guys, this is The Ordinary Man, episode 6. So what are we at today? Well, probably yesterday, what we got up to yesterday was we're still just completely, 95% focused on getting into the room with prospective clients. We've come across a really simple and efficient way of getting the attention of our prospective clients, and that's always been the troubling and most difficult thing from the very start. Is there's so much information out there and so many new businesses and so many people trying to get into the room with like the companies that we're trying to deal with are some of the biggest companies on the planet. And actually somebody said it to me a couple of weeks ago when I had a meeting with them. They actually feel sorry for them, and now it actually makes sense to me, because no doubt that they're being tortured via LinkedIn and email and at events just for new businesses to pitch to them and tell them all about how fantastic their product is. So they're just being tortured. So what we've done is we've a couple of strategies that we're currently playing out. One major one again is based around LinkedIn. LinkedIn is such a key application for us at the minute, because basically that's where our target market live. They are all living in LinkedIn and spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. So what we've done over the last couple of weeks is looked at the companies that are advertising jobs on LinkedIn. You can go in and filter by company or by type of role and location. So obviously we're still focused on on Dublin. So we've done that. Once you go into the actual job adverts themselves, a lot of the time you can actually see the individual recruiter who's recruiting for that job. What we've done is that we've tried to connect with them in LinkedIn. If that individual person isn't displayed on the advert, we'll simply just use a search functionality again within LinkedIn, and try and connect with the HR department or the recruiters in that company. And then once they do connect, we follow up very quickly with an inquiry, I suppose, about the job being advertised. So obviously a lot of the people that would be using our application are people who have relocated to Dublin. So one of the things that we asked, that we're very careful to go in nice and short and sharp and light on their first question to the people that we're trying to target. So for example, if Google are advertising a job for a data scientist, we'll send an inquiry to the recruiter of that role to say, are you willing to accept or look at candidates from abroad, or is it predominantly local hires for roles such as these? Most of the time it's in their best interest to get back to you very quickly because they're trying to fill the role, and it actually seems as if you're interested in that specific role. Once they come back to you either via LinkedIn or email, we found email's been best so far in regards to replies. Then we follow up to say, well, even if they do accept people from abroad and are relocating people, or even if they aren't, what we follow up is saying, well, we actually can provide rented accommodation to employees who are relocating from abroad. And if that's not needed for that specific role that they're recruiting for, most of the time it seems as if they're still very, very interested, because for other types of roles they will be taking people from abroad due to the skill shortage here in Dublin and Ireland. So that's been the approach. It's been working really, really well, getting lots of good feedback. So again, it's just following that up and trying to follow up with you. We've done this with the hard bit of trying to grab their attention. Once they actually do seem interested, we send over a quick slide deck of a quick PDF document of what we do and how we do it. That's literally just 6 or 7 pages. Then what we're going to do is now try and convert that attention into actually getting into the room with the decision makers for us. So again, we're offering a month or so free trial of the application to any clients that we do get. So it's once we get into the room, it's fairly straightforward to get these guys. So that's really the focus has been. I suppose yesterday we've also, as I said, that's 95% of our time. 5% of my time at the minute is again, we've definitely confirmed all the hypotheses that we needed for this model to work in Dublin. So I'm trying to be 2 steps ahead and look again at emerging markets and emerging cities that we could bring this to after Dublin. Obviously, the major cities are London and New York. They may not necessarily be the best cities for us to get to. But what I've done is I'm trying to understand the New York market a little bit more. So I'm having a phone conference with one of the execs in New York in a property agency over there, just to get a feel, I suppose, of the market over there, and try and I suppose we'll chat about the model that we're using here with our application, and see then if there's any sort of immediate, I suppose, bite from the agency that we're having the call with, to see if they're interested. So that's really just starting off. We're also looking at emerging cities. I think is going to be where this is going to take off. So there's a couple of key things that we need for this model to work. We need there to be generally, not need them, but the model will work best if there's somewhat of a shortage of rental accommodation. But also if there is a shortage of skills, because in that particular area, because what that means is companies are having to relocate people either from different areas of the country into that city, or from different countries altogether. So obviously if they're relocating, they're going to need rental accommodation. So they're the 2 sort of key things that we're looking at. An awful lot more trends that we're taking into account, but they're the 2 key players. So they're the things that we're on the lookout for, and because of that, we're also looking at Denver, which is one of the most emerging and I suppose quickly advanced cities in the States. It's increasing population, I think, by 4% per annum, which is huge. And there is an awful lot of tech companies, especially startups and emerging companies, scaling companies, that are moving to Denver as an alternative to the expensive Silicon Valleys and Los Angeles and New York. So again, that's just something that I'm spending a little bit of time on, just trying to get our heads around the international markets there. Other than that, today we're just about to actually go into a meeting with the American Chamber of Commerce. Obviously, they look out for the best interests of every American-based company that is in Ireland. So I think that sits at about 700 companies. Provides $3 billion per annum on tax returns for the state. So these guys have already put to the government their issues and concerns with the availability of rental accommodation. So instead of us trying to individually get into a room with prospective clients, we've decided to take an approach as well to try and hit up the likes of the American Chamber of Commerce, who already have existing relationships in place with these clients, and really we want to get in front of them and get them up on board. So this should be a really interesting meeting. Now I'm just actually sitting in the car outside the office, so I'm going to pop in now. That's really it for yesterday and today. So we're just keeping trucking on. Busy week ahead. Prop tech event on Thursday. Meetings. A lot of actually prospective client meetings tomorrow. So lots of exciting stuff on the way. So yeah, that's all for today, I suppose. Again, as always, happy to take any feedback, comments that you guys may have. And you can check out or follow my status updates on Instagram. The Ordinary Man is my handle, or Twitter, TommyC15. So look forward to hearing your feedback. Thanks again, guys. Take care.